was with the Army of the Potomac outside of a little town in southern Pennsylvania called Gettysburg. The two great armies were meeting for the first day of that momentous battle. The Confederates were coming in from the west and the north and were overwhelming the First Corps of the Army of the Potomac. The 16th Maine Regiment was sent literally on a suicide mission. They were told to hold back the entire Confederate Army as long as they could in order for the rest of the Union Army to retreat to safe ground. In the afternoon of July 1st, they fought like hell. And finally, they realized in the mid-afternoon that they were going to be overwhelmed. Their orders were to hold this ground at all costs. They were blocking the way. You know the story of the 300? This was the 275. There were 275 Maine men in the 16th Maine Regiment. At the end of that battle, all but 38 of those men and boys were either killed or captured. But something special happened. As they were being overwhelmed, a guy named Wilbur Small from Waterville, Maine, said, "We looked on our colors, on our flag, and our faces burned. We could not let them be taken." And they got permission from their colonel to literally take the flag down and tear it apart. And they tore it into little pieces, and each man put a piece in his pocket or inside his clothes or inside his shirt or inside his shoe, so that their colors would not be taken by the enemy. And today, if you go to the Maine State Museum, you can see some of those fragments of our flag, representing the bravery and the commitment and the courage of those young men from Maine. That's a story that I think we can all remember. We all know the story of the 20th Maine the next day, but the 16th Maine deserves its recognition as well. Not only for what they did, and by the way, those 275 men held off long enough for 16,000 members of the Army of the Potomac to withdraw to safety of Seminary Ridge. And that was a key moment. The Battle of Gettysburg could well have come out differently had those men from Maine not held that day. So I think that's a moment that we need to remember and think about on this Memorial Day and every Memorial Day. This state has an amazing history, of commitment to the defense of this country. So today, I'm honored to be here to join you to recognize all the men and women from all the way back at the beginning of the country to Iraq and Syria today, who are making a commitment on behalf of freedom for all of us. Thank you. God bless the United States of America and the state of Maine.